Peace.
Okay guys, welcome back to some more STPL action. We just saw Ash and Rev finish off their series. The winner of that, you can check the VOD if you want to see that one. There's probably going to be someone in chat saying as well. And what was I going to say? So this is the format of the STPL if you don't know it. It's a best of 5, all games are played.
Long live STPL.
Well, thank you very much. I don't know how much that was, but however much it was, it means a hell of a lot. I'm going to log into Streamlabs. I have like the browser source, but it's not on this one for some reason. But either way, thank you Brainer Jack for the $20 donation, man. That means so much. Format-wise, set 1 to 4, lineups are all selected in advance, and all the games are played at the same time. And then set 5 is the ace match, and every player can compete again. Massive thank you to Caster Muse, who's also in chat at the moment, for also helping me. What was it? Yeah, he helped me translate this into Korean as well, which is really cool. Thank you once again for that, man. Really do appreciate it. I'm gonna have the Streamlabs thing on here as well, so if that happens again, we know what goes on. So, let's introduce. Well. Basically, we're going to be heading into SouL versus BuLL. Now, SouL, of course, the reigning champions of the STPL 2 times in a row. Just ridiculously good. BuLL, Season 1, they did not impress. I hate to admit, Season 2, they did a lot better. They came very close to making it into the playoffs, so let's not waste any more time. Let's introduce their teams. We can talk about them in a little bit more detail. So, SouL Gaming, I'm sure they need no introduction. There may be a few people in chat that maybe don't look or don't watch the STPL all the time. But if you've seen anything about the STPL, you will know that these guys have made it into the finals twice in a row. Twice in a row, they won the final as well, which is just absolutely insane. SouL have won 44 of their 48 matches. And Meta, I hate to tell you this, but saying full Korean roster again, they've got Bonneth there. Bonneth isn't a Korean. I mean, maybe he is with how good he is, to be honest. But for them today, we're going to have Scan, Hero, Bonneth, and Mighty, which is just crazy. Like, their roster is so good. And next week they're adding someone else who is definitely interesting. Caster Muse, as their official Korean manager, actually helped them pick him up as part of their team. You guys all know who it is, and you'll see when the lineups are announced next week on Friday. I'll post those up, and that'll be the schedule for next week as well. They've already got Zeki in the lineup. It's not him. I don't know if he is playing next week, but they did add Zeki to their lineup at the end of Season 2, but this is a super secret special agent brought in by Caster Muse, so look forward to that. Now, their opponent is going to be BuLL. Now, BuLL haven't had the same kind of success. It's a Korean, Oh my god, TZTF, I wish it was I Love Uv. I would actually lose my shit if it was I Love Uv. I love him so much. But all-time, BuLL haven't done as well as SouL have. Season 1, they didn't do too well. And if it was fantasy meta, I would have already announced it. I would not be sitting on that information. But Season 1, they didn't do too well. Season 2, I mean, most of their wins have come from Season 2. They went 6 wins, 7 losses. They are mostly a Bolivian team. They do have some Peruvian players mixed in. Their black and white photos are a design choice. Fly Mio looking fly up there. He's one of their better Terran players. Reina is their star player. He's going to be making their debut, or making his debut in Season 3 today as well. And Wapol is doing pretty well as well. I mean, 3 wins, 1 loss is not to be underestimated. So, looking forward to see Ugox. We haven't seen too much of his play so far, so not really sure where we're going from there. But let's have a look at the lineups. We're going to have Scan versus Fly Mio. A little bit unfortunate for Fly Mio here in the first game on Andromeda. We're going to have a TVP between Hero and Wapol on Hitchhiker. A PvT between Reina and Bonneth on Fantasy 2. And then a PvP between Mighty and Ugox on Core Breach. Now, a lot of people looking at these lineups are going to count out BuLL, but don't do it. Upsets can happen. It's best of 1. And on Monday, we had DM, who were the bottom ranked team at the end of Season 2, go against the team that finished 3rd in the playoffs. And DM almost won. So it is possible DM played some blinders of a game. And I'm looking forward to seeing how BuLL can do here. And Bonneth, of course, is the best non-Korean player at the moment, but we'll have to see how it goes. So let's introduce our first player. He is the rank 1 STPL player, by far the star player of SouL. He's come out pretty much every single week. He's played 41 games overall, and he's only lost 5 of them, which is completely ridiculous. An 87% win rate overall. He's 12-2 against Terran. He actually got his revenge on Cherry in the STPL Season 3 finals, and that was actually the game, if I remember correctly. I'm going to double check this. That took them into the ace match. Let me just double check. Yeah, it was. Scan actually kept SouL alive, moved them to the ace match where Beast beat Killer to win the season. So very, very important that Scan won that game. When you want him to come out, he will come out and he will perform. And he is so, so good. So looking forward to that. I do wish we could get a little bit of newer picture of Scan. I think this is actually from when he was a StarCraft 2 player, but it's a really, really good photo of him, showing him at his full. Let's introduce our second player here. It's going to be Fly Mio. A little bit lower on the rankings, but Fly Mio suffers from the fact that he is a relatively good Terran player, but he keeps ending up against like the best players from each of their teams. Like, I don't know how, but he always gets really messed up. Like, he gets really unlucky with his opponents. He's got a 33% win ratio against Terran, but that's only over 6 games. So there isn't too much bad you can say about him, to be honest. It is really, really fun watching him play. He may not be the strongest player in the league, but he's certainly not the weakest either. And Metaphysics asking what interrupted the series. Essentially, Twitch went down on Monday, so let's introduce our next player. Oh, sorry, let's introduce our first map. It's going to be Andromeda. Now, Andromeda has a very open middle. It's a very, very wide path around the middle base, so it makes it very difficult to actually split this in TVT with very few tanks. You need a lot of units to be able to hold on to these locations. It is a macro map, however, because there is a mineral only in your main base. Drops are very strong on here, so if we see Fly Mio go for anything, I think it might be dropships here to try and catch Scan off guard. But one of the reasons why Scan is so good is because he can just defend everything. Like, he's seen everything, essentially. He's played the game so much, his knowledge is really strong, and even if you try and cheese him, it's very difficult to do that. Now, let's see how this is going to go as we get into the game. I'm just quickly hosting up the replay, and then we can get going. But Andromeda, definitely one of the more standard maps in the map pool, so it doesn't really surprise me to see Scan come out here. It's a pretty good map for Terran overall. TBT, the mineral base doesn't come into it that much, but it does mean we're likely to see more Vulture play coming out from both our players here, at least to start off. So without further ado, let's get into the game. The game has begun, and down here in the bottom right hand corner we do have, in the brown, Flymeo fighting for BuLL. And his opponent, spawning in my favourite Terran colour, orange, it is Scan fighting for SouL. Now, TBT is in fact my favourite matchup. If you're just tuning in for this series, my throat is hurting a little bit, so I'm just taking things a little bit easier on my voice. I'm not going too crazy, but SouL are a really good team, BuLL are a really good team as well, and TBT on this map is super fun. We're in horizontal positions, which means pushing is very easy early on, but it also means it's very easy to split the map, because you can get a siege line. Let's actually bring up the entire map here. It's a very difficult place to build a siege line, but if we zoom out, if you get a long enough siege line, you can block this area. You can get tanks on the high ground here, which protect this part of the siege line as well, and it makes it very easy to split. Now, there is a middle base on Andromeda with double gas. I believe both these gases, yeah, they're both half gases on this, compared to Fighting Spirit, where I think they're full, if I remember correctly. But it's a really good map. There's island bases at 12 and 6 as well, which we could see both players go for. Old School saying in chat that nobody takes that base, but in a TBT, middle bases are very important. If you get a good siege line, you may as well just build a CC there and mine as much gas from it as you can. Now, Scan isn't going for a CC first or anything. Both players are actually going to go for gas. Flymeo actually got his gas a little bit earlier. He's got an 8 gas advantage, which means his factory is going to be a little bit quicker, which is good back row by him. Although Flymeo, I believe, has actually skipped. I think Flymeo actually, he cut an SCV there, which, when you look at Scan, he hasn't cut. So, by cutting the Marine, getting a later Marine, Scan actually managed to get the factory a little bit later, but did get the extra SCV, which does come into it. Now, it looks like Flymeo is going to go for 3 Marines. Now, 3 Marines is usually indicative of going to push. Sometimes it can just be if you're worried about vultures, because 3 Marines are enough to take down a vulture when it's on the high ground. But Flymeo is actually staying on gas. Are we going to see... Could we see a 2-port Wraith coming out here for Flymeo? That would be incredibly risky to do against Scan. But sometimes players go against the stronger players in the league, and they feel like they have to do something to make it happen, but... Yeah, it's going to be 2-port Wraith, I think. There's the first one. And here is the second one right here on this SCV. No, maybe not. Oh, Armory and Starport together. This is a very strange build by Flymeo. I'm not too sure on what he's planning to go for here. And you can go Valkyries against Wraiths, but rushing Valkyrie like this? I'm not so sure. Oh, it's probably going to be a Goliath drop, isn't it? Of course, he's going to Goliath drop on the high ground. I mentioned before, but I'll show it off for you again in case you've never seen this map. There is an area behind these power generators here, which is heavily droppable. You can drop either a tank here or some Goliaths. You can stop the Vespene Geyser mining. You can also drop behind the minerals here and into the main. Ariador pointing out it's going to be Goliath drop, and it's been a long day for me, but I will say that it's been a cool minute, as Rapid would say, since I've seen a Goliath drop in TBT. So no one ever does it on ladder, at least at my level. I guess it's pretty good on this map at least. Now, Fly Mio is actually going to go one base. Now, sometimes that can work, but Scan knows there's no command center at the natural. He can't confirm there's no command center here, but it's a mineral only. You're not going to expand there first in TBT. It's just really not worth it. You need to get units out on the map. You need to stop yourself getting contained. Now Scan pulls back his Vulture, does heal it up. Now Scan's barracks is going to see the 2 factory, but it's not necessarily going to see the dropship. We'll have to see if this is going to work for him, but let's have a look. Is Scan going to see this Fly Mio moving into a position to get in the dropship? Looks like Fly Mio is going to be able to dodge this. Oh no, there's a Wraith. The Wraith is going to snipe the dropship. Oh no, 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 don't do it. Oh, I thought he was going to do a mini there and fly over the dead space and lose everything. Oh, Wraith, the Wraith from Scan, a really clever move. Oh no, the Wraith's going to come in again. It's going to hit this dropship. The dropship losing a ton of health, but the Wraith is going to lose a lot of health as well. Oh, the Wraith goes down. But this is a hurt dropship now. If there's another Wraith in production, which there is, this is going to get cleaned up fairly soon. But the good thing is for Fly Mio, he's scouted that there's a control tower. Lift these Goliaths up. He needs to lift the Goliaths up if he doesn't want to lose them. He does, but loses one of them to do it. But he sees the fact that he's up against range. Academy coming in. We've got a supply depot as well, but still no expansion. It's all well and good doing the build he's doing, but without an expansion, he is on a timer. Like, if he can't kill Scan here, it's going to be game over. Scan is so far ahead in workers, so far ahead in economy. Fly Mio is essentially hoping to hit a timing here, but he's going to be hitting a timing against siege tanks. That's not something Goliaths are often going to win. Lucky Noob in chat saying the scanted above Scan's base is a little bit of a sign. I guess that could be could be a thing, couldn't it? It could be like a little warning sign for Scan. That's actually a pretty cool like little map feature. Really, really cool if Scan keeps playing here. That'd actually be something to play up as like a story. Like the scanted brings him luck or something. Look at that, Scan. If he'd parasited this, oh, the Wraith goes down. Oh my god, the second Wraith is one hit away from death as well. I mean, yes, Fly Mio is using nothing but Goliaths here. But is there any there's no siege mode. There is no, don't open this. Don't open this, you're letting yourself into where the tanks are. Fly Mio's expanding. This is looking good for Fly Mio though. He's going to get in. He's going to get into a position to attack the siege tanks before siege mode is done. Oh my goodness, could this be a big, big upset? Could the rank 123 player take down the rank 1 player in the STPL? It's looking a little bit tough, but the Wraith is going to go down. This is a lot of tanks, so the SCVs have been pulled to buffer. But this is still a good number of Goliaths. The Goliath's going to retreat back. He should just focus down the gas, to be honest. If you focus down the gas and you take your own one, Scan's going to be below in gas, so that's exactly what he's going to do. He's not going to be able to get the units out, though. The tanks are going to be able to get into a position to siege. All the scanted. Blocking Scan's units away. But this looks like it could be a little bit too much for Fly Mio. Fly Mio down 30 supply, but a dropship comes in knowing that he's killed all the Wraiths. Is going to be able to pick up the units and fly away. Okay, so what's going back on in Flymeo's base? We've got 2 factories. He's moving into his own tanks. We've got no additional dropships coming in, but honestly, another drop of siege tanks up here could be deadly at this point in time. Scan keeping an SCV up here, looking out for any hidden bases. Scan going for a 3rd himself. Now the one problem Flymeo is going to have is he's going to be up against a lot of tanks, but he's still got Goliaths. He's got a lot of them. If he pushes in before Scan can fully siege up, he's going to be in a good spot. Now this is definitely a mistake. Do not push in here. This is not where you want to be pushing. He's going to push anyway. He's going to see if he can get on top of the tanks. There's actually a lot of them, but he's not pushing directly on top of them. He's letting his Goliath take a ton of damage. The dropship goes down, and I think that pretty much could be it. I don't think there's too much Flymeo can do from here. A little bit unfortunate, but that engagement definitely could have gone a little bit better. I mean, Scan is just going to siege up in the middle of the map. He knows he doesn't need to do too much else. Flymeo has got enough tanks now to be able to siege up himself. At least draw the game out a little bit. You can see Scan already doing a good job sending SCVs out to repair. So important. It's triple factory going into vultures here because Scan is going to look to break his opponent. And this is the time. Oh my god. Flymeo doesn't have a Scan. He doesn't know it's coming. Getting a single tank there without taking any damage. I mean, he finally does take some, but he doesn't lose a single tank here. And this is why Scan is ranked 1 in the STPL, guys. He is so unbelievably good. His 12-2 win rate in TBT is proven here in this game. He's very, very strong at this matchup. He knows what to do with his units. And this is going to be the death knell blow of Flymeo. Scan moving forward, only sieging a couple of tanks. This is what you want to do in TBT. And I mean, even if Scan doesn't push fully in here, if he just sets up a big contain, it's too much. GG, Flymeo taps out, and Scan takes game number 1. So that was, of course, a little bit unfortunate for Flymeo. He had an idea for a build, it got scouted. And the minute it got scouted, pretty much the game was over because there's not really too much you can do on 2 factory on 1 base. I mean, if it had gone for tanks a little bit quicker, he could have sieged on the high ground, but he was kind of committed for this Goliath drop style. The Wraiths pretty much stopped his drops in the tracks, and it just gave Scan an unbelievable advantage. So there we go, Scan wins game number 1. And that's going to take us into game number 2 when we get back after this short break. See you guys soon.
And people like Kix, for example, who has an encyclopedic knowledge of every map that's ever been released on StarCraft. And
he's a map man! Skibidi on did it. Skibidi on did it. Skibidi on did it. He's a map man! Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dee da ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Bee-da-ba-ba-da-boop. Ba-ba-ba-da-boop. Everybody plays one way or the other, so check out my message to you. As a matter of fact, I don't let nothing hold you back. If Kix can do it, so can you. Gooba-dooba-dooba-dee-da-ba-ba-da-boop, ba-ba-ba-da-boop.
Please don't listen to him for maps.
yeah.
Cause
Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 2 of SouL versus BuLL. Up next for SouL is going to be Hero, the ex-We Made Fox pro gamer Sexy. He's changed his name now, he's become another hero because we need more of those. And honestly, he's a pretty good player, so this is going to be a little bit rough here for his opponent, which is going to be BuLL. Now BuLL got a pretty good win rate so far. Oh, he was Oz. Ah. I mixed it up. I'll fix that after. That's fine. But either way, BuLL, not an ex-pro gamer, but still a relatively good player. He's done pretty well in the STPL for himself. All of his wins so far have come from PvP, but they were quite... well, they were a while ago. Oh, Castamuse, he was on Fox, I think, initially, and then he moved to Oz. That's what Liquipedia says anyway. Regardless, BuLL, pretty good player, looking forward to seeing how he's going to do here against Hero. The map they're going to be going into, you'll know this well, it's Hitchhiker, used in the recent ASL, currently a ladder map. Really, really fun map. We've had a lot of games on here from STPL Season 1. But the last game we had on here was a PvP in Season 2, which is a really, really good PvP, by the way. But Protoss had the advantage on this map in Season 1. When you look at the players who did play, Yeti took down Iris here, Pre took down Gypsy. I think that was actually Gypsy's last ever STPL game before he just rage quit. Headmaster took down Gyro, and Reyna, who's actually going to be coming up next, took down Tech on this map. Games on this map usually end up being a little bit quicker than longer, but looking forward to seeing this TVP here as we get into game number 2. The game has begun. In the top left hand corner we have in the green, fighting for SouL, it's Hero. And his opponent in the bottom right in the blue is BuLL, fighting for BuLL. Now PvT on this map, very interesting. BuLL, I've not got pretty much too much experience with BuLL's PvT, so I can't really go too much into that side of things. I feel very guilty, but I was not a We Made Fox or Hwaseong Oz fan back in the day, so I don't have any information on Sexy. I need to look him up a little bit. TVZ or TVP though, I think was one of his better matchups. I think. Let's actually have a look on TLPD. He only played 2 games, actually, professionally at least. He played 2 Terran versus Terrans, and he lost both, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But Sexy did come second in the SOSPA ranking tournaments, the 7th and the 9th ones. At least on TLPD is TVP. It's not too bad. It's not his strongest matchup, but looking forward to seeing how he's going to play this one out. He is going to go Barracks Gas. Very standard for this map. You can't really go 1 Rax expand here. I mean, if you want to take a mineral only, you can. But there's no way you're going to be able to defend this with just a bunker. So going for the kind of more standard build from this map. And if you don't know Hitchhiker, it's a map from 2007. It's very old. This is a slightly newer version of it with better mineral placements. I don't know if the pathing was changed at all, but I know the mineral layouts were a little bit different back on the older version. So this is a new version for STPL as well. There were some really good games on here in ASL, really good games here on STPL Season 1. And from what I've seen of people streaming and what I've played my own games, on ladder this is a really fun map as well. Like it's an old enough map that it's very different to a lot of the newer ones. Like it definitely favors 1 and 2 Blaze play a little bit more than say like Fighting Spirit does. But it's still possible to play this out like a completely normal map. PvZ, it's, I think, a little bit harder to do that. But TVP, I mean, you can already see that BuLL, he went for a, I think that was a, yeah, that was a 12 next, I think. He went for a 12 next into double gate, like, he's got away with it. He's going for an assimilator and a core as well. This means he's going to be able to go for double Dragoon into range. That's going to be pretty good. Now, all BuLL needs to worry about here is actually defending this Nexus. Now, that is easier said than done. Looks like Hero is going to push up into the main base, maybe lay a bunker down. Needs to pull a few probes here to make sure he stays alive. But when the eventual Dragoons get out here, this is going to be very, very hard. Now, there was a game I saw the other day between Tempest and Light, which is a really old game, with a Hero Dragoon, where essentially Light went for a massive bunker rush. He did that off of BBS though. And a single Dragoon held off 32 units to win the game. Now, BuLL has a chance here as long as he defends against this Vulture. That's going to be the end of the pressure for Hero. You can already see Hero's pulling his Marines back, knows that those Marines are not going to be able to do too much. Now the SCV keeping itself alive against this Zealot, really hard to do. This is kind of like essentially a probe micro, but with an SCV. Not even taking any hits so far, really, really nicely done. But the important thing to remember is that BuLL has an expansion, and Hero doesn't. Hero's going to go for a starport, and try and go for a drop most likely from here. BuLL doing a good job keeping that Zealot alive against that Vulture. Range is still not... No, range must be finished by now, right? Oh my god. BuLL's going for it. That was very lucky. Like, if he went too far forward without killing that Vulture, the Vulture gets into his main, he loses all of his probes. I've seen it happen before. it can be a thing, so luckily enough he does kill that, but... I mean, Hero doesn't have any units back at home. He's got 2 Vultures and 3 Marines. Mines, not even done yet. This is a perfect timing here from BuLL. Does need to break up the ramp though if he wants to get in. It does become a problem with Vultures doing full damage to shields. Looks like speed going to come in here now. This should be the end of this push. With the mines coming out, this could be a little bit better, but oh my god, 4 Dragoons get here. He's targeting down the Vultures. Only 1 mine does go down. No, 2 mines go down, but they do get sniped. Great micro by BuLL. Now does need to make sure to target these Marines. Looking like he wants to get on the high ground. Is going to eat this mine. A little bit unfortunate, but all of the Marines are down. Oh, it is only going to be a single Dragoon here though, against 2 Vultures. Go into the main, go into the main, go into the main. Block the ramp. Stop any additional Vultures coming down. That could be a good move. But waiting here is BuLL, waiting for his additional Dragoons to come down. And let's see where we can go from here. Now, it looks like we've got a probe here. I don't know what the probe was hoping to do. But going up to quadruple gateway now and a robotics. Oh no, this could be a problem. There's 2 Vultures being dropped now into most likely the main. But they could go into the natural. There is no unit. Oh, if BuLL scouts this out, he can defend it. But he needs to be careful. His units are rallying across the map at the moment, and that's not where you want your units to be. When units are coming into your main, the speed is done. Oh no. Oh no, no reaction on the Dragoons from BuLL. He's going to lose so many probes here. It's so difficult to defend against this when you're not on the ball. Now the unit's getting stuck on that gateway. A little bit unfortunate to see, but doesn't do... Oh no, the mines! Ow. That hurt BuLL as much as it hurt my voice there. Oh my goodness, I think I just hit puberty in that mine. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is the end of the game pretty much. Hero getting so many probe kills, up to 8 so far. 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Is he going to get another one? Is this going to be the sexy kill? Is this going to be the 21st kill? There's another Vulture here. Oh, the mine! Oh my god, that's close. 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. 25, 26. GG. Down to 5 probes is Wapple, as Hero picks him apart with some sexy Vulture micro. I love Vulture so much, oh my goodness. But please stop Hero, he's already dead. But that was really, really nicely done. Unfortunately, Wapple, that's what happens when you rally your units across the map. If someone comes in, like if someone just comes in with Vultures with a dropship, you can't do anything about it because all your Dragoons are in your opponent's base. Like, you need to keep some form of defense against a Terran who's on one base. If you've got a Terran on one base, there's only realistically 2 options he has. 1, he's taking the barrel only, which is very, very unlikely. 2, he's going for 2 fact. Sorry, there's 3 options. He's going for 2 fact, which you know he's not. And 3, he's got a starport and he's going for a dropship. And he, unfortunately, wasn't ready for that. So that's going to take us into game 3. After this break, enjoy this next highlight. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand position, we have someone who's doing something a little bit cheeky here. In the blue, I guess this is, fighting for Valhalla team from South Korea, it's Moray. STPL's back. Now here we go, we see the probe proxying a pylon in the middle of the map. We'll obviously have to keep an eye out what this is going to be, of course. It's going to be a gateway. Is it going to be 1 gateway, or is it going to be 2? Or is it going to be a forge for a cannon rush? Now, Quanwu was actually scouting there for his ramp to see if a probe was coming into his main, but doesn't quite see it. Now, Quanwu is actually going to be gateway scouting, which is a little bit late, but let's see if Quanwu sees it. Oh my god. Oh, he sees the pylon! It was misplaced! Quanwu knows there is a proxy gate. Wow, Moray actually really, really bold here, expecting his opponent not to scout. I think Quanwu might be a Korean American, I'm not too sure. It's been a long time since we've seen him, but here we go. Double gateway, count them 1, 2, in the middle of the wall, in his opponent's base essentially. But we've got a, oh my god, we've actually got a pylon coming in here to get the battery on the high ground. This really is a replay of Best versus Bisu. Wow. Let's see how this is going to go. But looks like Moray's probe is going to get into the main. There is another pylon coming up here from Quanwu to try and get the shield battery a little bit closer. And now obviously the probe in the opponent's base is not going to be able to do too much. The first zealot is going to be out at the same time here for Quanwu, chasing down the probe, doing the best job it can to keep that probe away from building a shield battery, but now has to wait for those zealots coming in. What a great PvP to start us off with. Shield battery for both sides on the low ground. The probe helping out. Probe from Moray has gone down, so no additional shield batteries will be created in the making of this game, but the zealot micro has been perfectly even on both sides now. The health of both doing really well. It is going to be 3 versus 3, but we do have the shield batteries coming in. Full shields on all of the zealots now, thanks to those. And Quanwu is going to be holding on for his life. Does have the probe advantage. Moray is going to send a probe down here. But looks like we are going to have the zealots coming in extra here for Moray. Quanwu getting a good couple of hits. The shield barrier, though, coming in clutch. Keeping that zealot alive at the very, very last second. Now, this is an incredibly close game. We've got a second shield barrier coming up here in view of Quanwu. Obviously, the more shield barrier you have, or the more shield barriers you have, the more shield barrier energy. Now, if you usually watch StarCraft 2, shield barriers in this game are not automatic. You have to cast them manually. You have to target the unit as well, and it's very tough to do it in the heat at the moment. But it looks like we are going to have 6 versus 6. We do have Quanwu with a little bit of extra zealot health, and obviously he will have the concave at the top of the ramp. But let's have a look at what Quan Wu's going to do. Oh my god, cannons coming in. What a clever decision to go for cannons at the end of that. You can see that Moray needs to get up the ramp. He's going to go in. He wants to cancel this cannon. The cannon finishes. He loses the game. This is a very clutch moment here. Shield Barrier going off for both players. I'm losing my voice. Quan Wu moved a little bit too far forward there. Very problematic here. Doesn't want to lose anything, but look at the shield barrier micro from both players here. Lots of zealots. One of them finally falls. The second one about to fall as well. The shield barrier energy is about to run out, and here we go. Quan Wu has held on, but Moray is catching up with probes here. Both players still going for a crazy amount. Looks like the cannon going to target down one of those shield batteries here. It looks like Quan Wu may have done it. As long as Quan Wu continues to macro up behind this, he's going to be in a good position. But looks like we are going to have the zealots coming down the ramp. Doesn't want to get caught. You can still lose the game here. But the cannon is under fire from the... Oh my god, if the cannon gets the pylon, this is pretty much game over. Looks like Quan Wu wants to take the fight. He knows there's no shield barrier energy. He's getting an amazing engagement at the front. The probe soaking up a few of those hits there. Going to go down, but looks like he's done it. Quan Wu has taken down Moray here in this incredible PvP. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 3 between SouL and BuLL. Now this has been a little bit one-sided so far, but there's still a chance here. Up here for SouL is going to be Bonith, the Polish powerhouse here, the inventor of the Polish recall, which is just mass shuttles. I mean, I don't think he's probably the inventor, but let's just say he is. It's Bonith, winner of the Corrupted Cup. He's actually slowly creeping his way up the STPL rankings. He wasn't that high, but he's breached the top 10 now. He's got a 70% win rate. I mean, his last 10 games have all been wins, so you can see why he's going up. He's beaten some really good players in that way, including Sugo. He also beat Squall as well, so lots of really good players he's played against and won. His opponent for for BuLL even, is going to be Reina. Now, Reina is BuLL's star player, a 51% win rate for him, which is very respectable over a total of 31 games. Really difficult to hold on a 50% win rate in a tournament scenario, so really awesome. Now, Reina also has the coolest picture, I think, in STPL. I don't think there's any way you can doubt that this is the best picture. I love it so much. It looks like he's in like a 50s American musical or something like Grease. It's brilliant. I love it. But either way, Reina is pretty good against Protoss, so if there's someone on BuLL that can take down Bonith, I think this is your man, the star player. As we get into our third map of the series, it's going to be Fantasy 2. Fantasy 2 is actually a mix of 4 different maps. Top left is Xeno Sky, top right is Nostalgia, bottom right is Ride of the Valkyries, and bottom left is Shin Gamer Go On. Now, it's an interesting idea for a map. The reason why it's interesting, obviously, you can tell 4 different maps from 4... well, they were all from around the same era, but some are definitely a little bit older than others. Like, I think Xeno Sky is the oldest one on this. Nostalgia, I believe, is the newest. But the 4 maps actually work well together, and depending on the spawns, the game plays out differently. So we had a ZVP on here on Monday. It was quite a fun game, but we learned the hard way that if you spawn in the Nostalgia spawn in the top right, to get to the Xeno Sky spawn in the top left is a very long way, so do not go 2-gate. But I'm hoping we're going to get a macro TVP here, because I'm really interested to see how it's going to work in the modern meta. I saw a lot of games on here back in the day. It was a really fun map. I saw a lot of it in Clash for Char, but that was like 3 years ago. So let's see how it goes as we get into game number 3. The game has begun, and starting us off here in the bottom right hand corner is in the blue, fighting for BuLL. It's their star player, it's Reina. And his opponent up here is going to be in the red. It's BuLL from Poland. It's the best foreigner to play this game right now. Now, just while we're here, I just want to say a big shout out to our sponsors once again, Matrino, Esport Fund, and Liquipedia. One thing I actually need to do, which I didn't do earlier on, is make this a little bit bigger. Esport Fund logo needs to be a little bit bigger on the screen because it deserves it. They're a fantastic fund, helping many, many tournaments. And of course, Liquipedia, a fantastic resource. All of the information to do with STPL is up there, including all of the player rankings. We've got all of the previous results on there, so if you're interested in checking out those results, you can do. We have had over 300 matches played between teams in the STPL. If you want to get the replays from those matches, you can support us on Patreon for $5 a month. I may move that down to $2. I'm kind of thinking about it, but that'll give you access to over 1,000 replays. And there's some very, very good games in there. You've got Mind vs. Action from last season, the two pros. We've had Mind vs. Miso, Best vs. Noob. There has been so many games between top Koreans. And also the games of Bonith, Eonzag, Koga, all of the top foreigners as well play in this game as well. Now, in this tournament as well. Now, in the Ride of the Valkyrie spawn, it's quite difficult to expand, but Reina is actually going to try and go for a one Rax expand, which is very difficult to do on this map. Like, Ride of the Valkyries was not a map you would really expect to see a super fast expansion on, but you'll see this isn't actually a tight wall. Maybe, he's going to move the barracks over. Okay, so just making sure the barracks wasn't in the way of the CC. This is actually going to wall off against the Zealots, I believe, which is super important. Is going to be able to catch the probe. Now, Bonith knows where his opponent is. Reina knows where his opponent is. Cross map is definitely the best way we're going to have of seeing a macro game on this map, which is cool. So, in terms of actual layout, Xenosky is kind of like an island base. You can get up there with a ramp, obviously, but there's just airspace all around you. So this is a very, very good place to drop. It's kind of good that we saw Bonith spawn up here, because if Reina spawned up here, it would make it very difficult for our Terran player here. But Eskia saying, thanks Kicks for your great cast, much love. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm glad you enjoy them, because sometimes I wonder if I'm like, is it Neo Legacy of Char? I thought it was Xenosky. I'm almost certain. It is Xenosky. It's not Legacy of Char. I was gonna say, I know my maps, man. Koget trying to say it's Neo Legacy of Char. He can't get me. I'm the map man. But Reina finding the hard way that you can't go through those minerals. That's actually an interesting feature on Ride of the Valkyries. And on Fantasy 2, of course, here. You can mine this out and get to your expansion a little bit quicker, but the Dragoon going to come here, most likely kill the SCV, but it's going to dodge onto the high ground, possibly get away. Reina's actually double scouting, just checking around for absolutely everything at the moment. But let's have a look here. Koga might actually have me beat here. Xenosky was just a version of Legacy of Char, so maybe I'm wrong. But let's have a look here. The Dragoons are going to be fighting on the thing. We've got Reaver Tech coming in here. Koga proving me wrong. Liquipedia is wrong as well. Someone should update that. Okay, we've got an engineering bay coming in here for Reyna. Double factory pumping tanks. Going to make it a little bit easier to defend against these Dragoons. But of course, you need to make sure you're ready for this. He's got enough SCVs here defending. Now, the Reaver is going to be the main thing here. Now, Bonith is without a doubt the best Reaver user outside of Korea. Like, his Reavers are absolutely insane. And now I've got Ariador in chat as well, proving me wrong. Damn it! I'm gonna have to hang up my Mapman, my Mapman license. It's not good. I mean, Neo Legacy of Char was a map before I even knew the game existed, so I'm gonna blame it on that. It's too old for me. It's too old school. What I'll have to do is put Turnaround in the, or Evolution of Turnaround in STPL Season 4, and then see how many people get which version it is. Okay, so here comes the shuttle with the Reaver. He's got a Dragoon in here as well. Now, the fact that he went for double factory tank is great, but all three of them are actually pushing out the main. This is definitely unfortunate. The turret, oh my god, he's not actually pulling back. He's just going. We're going for it. Okay, this is a very, very risky play here. Like, I don't know how well this is going to go, but there's not actually that much back at home here to defend for Bonith. Oh my god, these SCVs are so stuck. He's trying to use the, bugging out the Scarab. Really, really nicely done there. Oh my goodness. Reyna. Wow, he almost holds on there without losing anything. He kills the Reaver. This means his push is going to do a ton of damage. There's not that many Goliaths back home. He's going to reinforce with Vultures. Yes, he killed SCVs. But this is 3 tanks. He's got 3 Dragoons. He's going to get into the natural. The wall at the front is not going to bother Reyna. But this is important. He needs to make sure he doesn't lose these tanks. The tank at the front going to go down. The probes. The boys have been pulled here. He's not targeting the Dragoon. If he targets the Dragoon, Vultures are going to be able to come in here and do a ton of damage. The tank goes down to the probe. Who is the lucky probe? There's a probe in here with 1 kill. Yeah, Micro would have been a little bit better there for Reyna. We've got some Vultures coming in. I think double Vulture upgrades are on the way. No, it's actually going to be Mines and Siege mode. Losing those tanks, definitely not great. Vulture going down. Bonith holds on. And it's time for round 2. Now we have the Vultures and Mines coming in. There is a turret here which is going to help out. The Shotlet's actually lost a bit of health. Oh my god, he loses more hull damage. Oh, he's going to take more hull damage. That's a little bit careless there by Bonith. Needs to make sure he keeps this alive. There's a really good turret spread, but if he had one here, it would completely zone this out, but there isn't. So here we go, the Reaver. Gonna get into the main. 2 kills immediately. 3 kills with that Vulture. Gonna get another one as well. I mean, these mines are good, but Bonith's Micro is so good here. Now, tank coming into the main. Not gonna be able to pull that back. That tank is gonna go down. This is definitely a risky play. I mean, the thing is, if he had, like, a Goliath, he'd be able to kill that shuttle so easily, but he just didn't have his turrets in the right place. Now, losing more and more units, Reyna is definitely quite far behind here, but... Oh! Okay, does keep it alive for now. But Bonith is kind of in a sweet spot right now. Oh my goodness. Only killing 2 only killing 2 SCVs, not too bad. Not too good, though. If he loses this Reaver, he's definitely in a little bit of trouble. He lost a lot of Dragoon. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this better bug. If it doesn't... Oh, my goodness. So much damage, that Scarab. Wow. What a Scarab. That's possibly one of the best Scarabs you could have. Killed so many SCVs. I want to see the kill count on the Reaver. Let me see the kill count on the Reaver, Bonith. Don't lose this turret, or don't lose this shuttle. Okay, he's going to fly it away. He's going to land the Reaver at some point, probably to check its Scarabs. But look at Bonith, he's getting ready with round 3. Keeps coming in, he's going into Arbiter Tech from here. Arbiter Tech very strong on this map. Where is this? Where did the other shuttle go? It's here. 21 kills. Let's zoom in on this hero for a little bit. That's a hero unit right there. We saw the 31 kill Dragoon in Tempest game against Light. But this is like Bonneth level God Reaver. Like, Reaver's so good. In Bonneth's hands, they almost feel unbeatable, but it all goes back to just not having the turret. Like, look where he's got this turret here. It is easier than a Dragoon for Reavers to get kills, yes, but still, to keep the Reaver alive that long and to not be pushed away is quite impressive. So, I mean, there is turrets in the right place now, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult for the Reavers to get in, but he can actually push this bunker if he wants to. But I think he's just being a little bit apprehensive. Bonneth has his third base up and running now at the mineral only, going in for a fourth base here. MCSQU asks who Raynor is. He is the star player for BuLL, one of the top players in Bolivia, and overall a pretty solid Terran in the STPL. He is most certainly not some noob, it's just when you're up against Bonneth, who is the best non-Korean at the game currently. Oh, it's actually going to be a fleet beacon. I thought with the Citadel he was going to go Templar Archives, but he's just going to go Carriers. I mean, this is definitely more Bonneth style, isn't it? DeWalt is very much a carrier user, whereas Bonneth is a mass shot. Like, why would you need an Arbiter to recall when you can just build mass shuttles? So, that's summon. Like, I remember there was a time in 2017 when I was casting a lot of Bonneth's games. It was kind of when he first... I think he was kind of already at the top at that point, but at that point there was more contention between him, Eon Zerg, and True Touch. But now, without a doubt, Bonneth is the best non-Korean, and I mean, his play has got so much better over the last 2 years. Like, even when he joined the STPL in 2018, he wasn't doing very well. Like, he was really struggling. He lost against Ling All-Ins like about 4 or 5 times, I think. But since then, he like flipped a switch. He joined SouL at the beginning of Season 2, and I don't think he's lost a single game since that happened. Like, he's become a monster. Like, he is the monster Protoss. Like, it's so hard to fight against him. But Raynor is going to secure his mineral only. Now, he is finding the trouble here with Ride of the Valkyrie spawn, is you kind of have to defend this high ground pod if you don't want to take a load of damage all the time. But losing the barracks kind of annoying when you don't have your full complement of factories. The carriers are on the way, they're about to arrive. Fleet beacon upgrade for Inceptors is coming in. Triple Stargate. Now this is 4 bases for our Polish Protoss player here. Only 3 for our Bolivian Terran, but not looking too bad. It's going to be 5 bases here shortly. Raynor is going to scout this. Now, Dizlowski asks, no push. Well, Bonneth doesn't really need to push right now, and Raynor doesn't have the units to push. Like, he's trying to macro up. He's trying to max out. Let's actually check the upgrades for him. I believe this is, yeah, it's +1 attack. He's only just now getting his science facility. So that's really unfortunate. Like, being this behind in your upgrades is not good. Now, the trouble is, these 2 carriers have now arrived. They're on the scene. Is he actually going for carrier upgrades? Attack upgrades, even? Not too sure just yet, but we'll be able to see that shortly. I mean, the problem is Raynor is going to try and move forward and at least, most likely, try and secure this base, but it's a mineral only. So he does need to try and get another gas base somewhere. Which is kind of one of the benefits of taking this island base, because there's absolutely nothing Raynor can do about it. What's he do? Get a dropship? Yes, he's got a dropship here. Carriers are going to go clean this up. Now with +1 attack still not done, Raynor is going to move forward with a lot of Dragoons here, clean the mines from out in front of where the tanks were. I don't even... Has Raynor even scanned? I don't think I've heard a scan in a very long time. I don't think he knows about the carriers. I mean, this game is still going. But this is definitely not looking good for Reina. Like, Reina has done a pretty good job to macro up in the situation he's been in. Now, we do have a scan on the high ground. He sees the cannons. So he does know that he can't push up there with vultures. He does not know about the island. Oh, Bonnet making a very uncharacteristic mistake there. Actually taking a lot of damage on that Reaver. Unable to pick it up. But still not scanning the carriers is Terra. What am I saying? Is Reina. 5 carriers now. He does have +1 attack. He should be getting +2 attack now. Yeah, there we go. +2 attack is on the way. Now, there's a lot of vultures down here. He's going to possibly try and drop them into the main. He's actually elevatoring. But that's actually going to get spotted because I think he's too busy trying to push out at the same time. He's trying to attack on 2 fronts, and this is what you need to do. But, I mean, Bonnet is just doing so well here. Oh my god, if he sieges these tanks, he can actually kill a lot of Dragoons. That would be very good. But unfortunately, does he even have any Goliaths? I don't think he has it in... Yeah, he doesn't have a single Goliath, so he's got no anti-air, and the Dragoons are going to get on top of the tanks before they can siege. Pretty much everything that could go wrong here is going wrong. The Monster Toss is completely pushing his way through everything. No matter what Reina... Oh my god, even the Reaver's still gaining value 17 minutes into the game. How often is it that a player keeps their shot alive this long? Not very often. And this is all down to Bonnet. Now Reina is going to try and double expand in the top right hand corner. We finally have some scans going down. He's scanning the army, but he still doesn't see the carriers. He has not checked the main in so long. Now, here we go. Carriers have officially arrived here. They're about to fly into the vision of Reina. And with this, I think Reina may actually just have to tap out. He cannot fight 7 carriers. I really wish we had like a doom zoom that we could do with a player camera. But unfortunately we can't. So there we go. Reina's going to tap out the game. GG. Bonnet wins game number 3. Now that may very well look like a very one-sided series and a very one-sided game. And unfortunately... it was, but there's still one more game left to go. BuLL can still gain a little bit of pride. Every single game counts in the STPL towards the final tally. So when we get back after this short break, we'll be heading into Mighty versus Ugox, a PvP on Core Breach. See you guys soon.
Outstanding. Rock and roll.
Okay, it's time for a quick tip. Here we have Neo Outlier. I'm going to show you how to get over these temples with a probe. I'll also do it with an SCV and a drone as well. So what you do is you essentially send the probe up to mine, you press stop, and you go to build a pylon. Now you build the pylon underneath you, so essentially it's going to push you, then you spam right click, and all of a sudden you are through. And here is the same trick with Terran. There's a couple of ways you can do this. One of them is you build a depot, and you essentially cancel building, and you just spam yourself through. You have to be kind of stuck or either on the building in the temple or there. But you can cancel that, and just to show, you can do it both ways as well. Okay, now there's a way you can do this with just 2 workers, which is the only way Zerg are able to do this. You can also do this with Protoss and Terran as well. So essentially, you get both workers lined up here. You mine with 1 worker, you send the second worker to mine just behind it, and you hit stop. It can be a little bit finicky, so don't worry if you don't get it first try. We got it. No, we didn't. Yes, we did. Okay, so that didn't go perfectly. You can do it a lot better than that, but it does take a little bit of practice. So just keep trying, and you will eventually get it. And you'll find it actually has quite a lot of uses in various different maps. Okay, starting us off down here in the bottom left-hand corner as your Black Zerg here. It's going to be Dog fighting in the 9 o'clock position. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right-hand corner is going to be the one, the only, Pre fighting for DM from Chile. You're going to be heading across the map. And they're going to see if they can make it in. Now, no way is Pre going to hide a base in the other main. That is so ridiculous. Caught off guard. The mutas are going to die. Oh my goodness. Splitting the mutas, trying to get away. But he's banking 1.2k gas. There's going to be a Queen's Nest. I know it. We can feel it. There's going to be a Hive ZBZ. Pre is playing this so strange, but here we go. Looks like the Mula's going to come in. A lot of mutas have actually hatched now for Pre, but look at the spore colonies doing their work. Pre is going for a counter-attack. He isn't even bothered if he loses drones. He's got so many of them. The spores buying so much time, and there's no defense in this top left-hand base. Oh my goodness, so many drones are going down, and Dog, he's got no economy. He's only on 15 drones. More are gonna die. What a crazy situation. Looks like Dog has come back with his muteless. He did kill a good number of spore colonies. Looks like most of the drones survived. And losing these muteless are a problem. I mean, Dog does save 14 drones, but he's barely mining. Now here we go, looks like the muteless going to come back 3 spores at a time, targeting these muteless. They're going down so quickly. And for every drone that, or for every spore colony that goes down, that's another drone that is wasted. But, oh my god, the Evo Chamber. Is the Evo Chamber getting focused? What is he even attacking here? I can't even tell what's going on. There's so much going. So many glaives everywhere. Pre is holding on. Oh my god, Dog's units are slowly starting to fall. He's trying to get the gas. He thinks this is the only base. Wow, this is such a crazy ZBZ. What an absolute treat to have in the first series of the STPL Season 3. The spores are going down. Dog thinks he's at an unsurmountable lead here. He's like, I'm on 2 base, you're on 1. I've killed all of your spores. You've got no gas. What are you going to do? Little does he know, Pre's got another base. Okay, that base is going to get spotted, surely. How did Dog not see that base? Oh my goodness. Only got 2 carapace here. Still no Queen's Nest. Still, oh, Queen's Nest. Okay, we're doing it. Double Spire Queen's Nest Hive. 18 minutes into the game. He'd banked about 2k gas. And it's Hive time. Oh no. Oh, Dog scouted it. He's finally seen the base. He's probably kicking himself right now. My goodness. Oh man, that's so unfortunate. But here we go. The mulet's going to fly in at the top right. Or, yeah, top left. He knows his opponent's mutas are down in the bottom left. And he, oh my god, he's got mutas at all the bases. Mutas at all the bases. Dog has lost most of his drones at his 3rd base. Most of his drones at his natural have gone down. Pre actually subbed in for Dark Swarm. And I'm going to be completely honest with the way this is going. I'm glad. This has been such a crazy ZBZ. I just want Ensnare. I want Ensnare or Plague. Just make it happen. He's, oh my god, he's going melee upgrades. He's going to break through the eggs and kill him with length. But here we go. Looks like the main is going to come under fire. Great Aspire is in. Oh my god, this is so many muteless. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. Let's have a look at this in all of its glory. I don't want to even touch the mouse. So many muteless from Pre. Dog is going to fall here. And oh my god, this is just unbelievable. So many muteless. Pre is going to take us into the ace match, and there is nothing that Dog can do about it. The Great Aspire is going to go down. GG. The supplies at the end of that are 166 to 32. That is how good that game was. Let's head in to the ace match when we get back after this short break. STPL does. Bio TVP. Wow! You got it. STPL does. Mass Scouts? No problem. Broadcast 3 nights a week on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2100 CEST. Fantastic casting, fantastic production, fantastic prizes. Only here on the STPL. Did you know Reavers could be this radical? How did these lings even get here? All I know is that's one dead base. STPL does. Wraiths, Valkyries, Carriers, and Corsairs. Forget about it. You won't see that anywhere else. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. STPL does. DT's doing game-ending damage? Name a more iconic duo. We've even got Carriers in PvZ. How amazing! A global team league on the scale you've never seen before. Don't see this in BWCL. STPL does. All that and more, only on this amazing 64-bit STPL. What BWCL don't. Impressed? I know I am. Why not support us on the link below? Patreon.com/kicks. But act fast. It's a limited offer. Hello guys and welcome back to the STPL Season 3. We've seen a 3-0 here from SouL. BuLL have one more game to get their name back on the board. If you don't know, in STPL we show all the games that are played, even if the series is over already. Cannot wait to get into this final game. It's going to be a PvP. Let's introduce our players. Okay, starting us off here for SouL is going to be Mighty. Now, there's an incorrect capitalization in his name, which I'll fix, but that's all good. He's only played 2 games in the STPL so far. He was added before the playoffs in Season 2. He played against Oystein and won, but then played against Famassi and lost on Neo Arkanoid. One of the games that nearly lost SouL the championship in Season 2. They came so close, came down to the wire. I actually want to write a retrospective about Might versus SouL because they've had so many really good series. But Mighty's pretty good. Looking forward to seeing some more of him. And his opponent fighting for BuLL is going to be Ugox, also a relatively new player in the STPL, also with a 50% win rate. So looking forward to seeing how they're both going to do as we get into our 4th map. It's going to be Core Breach. Now, Core Breach may look a little bit similar to some of you to another map in the ASL. There was a map called Inner Coven. This is made by the same creator. It's essentially the latest version of it. It's the version he wanted to submit, I think, for ASL, but it wasn't quite ready. The main differences compared to Inner Coven is the center There's a lot more buildable space. It's a little bit wider into the center as well. There's droppable cliffs above all of the outside ring expansions, which is really, really good. And as Althulu says, it is actually a really beautiful looking map. Like, I love looking at this map image. I could stare at it all day. It just looks so, so good. And not only that, the games on this map are so, so good as well. So without further ado, let's get into game number 4. The game has started and we're here with Ugox down here in the bottom right hand corner fighting for BuLL from Peru. And his opponent spawning up here in the top right in the pink, it's Mighty fighting for SouL from South Korea. Oops. And if you don't know who made Core Breach and who made Inner Coven, it's Freakling. Freakling has made 1 million maps. If you want to play them all, go on to broodwarmaps.net. That is his forum that I believe he manages, admins and runs. It's where all of the foreign map makers and some of the Korean map makers as well post all of their map uploads. Currently he is helping me with the STPL Season 4 map contest, which is amazing. They have a Discord now as well, so if you want to check that out, please do. If you are interested in making maps, or you're interested in what possible maps could be in Season 4, check out this thread on Team Liquid I've just posted in the chat. It's called the STPL map contest. There's all the rules, all the regulations, all of the terms and conditions, and looking forward to it. There's a lot of good maps submitted so far. You don't have to be a pro. If you're brand new to map making, Freakling is offering advice to absolutely everybody who wants it. He wants to help grow the Brood War community as well in his own way. Now, one thing about this map is you cannot put a Nexus here. There is this floor trap here that unfortunately means you have to build your Nexus off center. Now, we saw Hirmu caught off guard on this in the first series. Now, this floor trap was actually in the ASL version, but like, as you can see, Mighty knows about it, so he's just built his Nexus a little bit off center. I mean, it's not great, it's not perfect, but you still get that expansion up, and you still get that additional gas, which is the big thing, because the mining isn't that affected. And Red T45 asked me, when is Camelot going to be in the map pool? I'm not a big fan of Camelot as far as 2-player maps go. I mean, it was a really cool looking map, but TVP on that map was very difficult. And honestly, like, I don't really feel like it was that good to play on. So, probably not going to see Camelot, but maybe in one of the side events I eventually plan to host when I've got a little bit more time. With everything that's going on at the moment, I'm currently working from home, so you never know. One of the things I want to do when this is all over is continue working from home full time, and if they don't want to let me do it, I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll have to see if I can take streaming a little bit more seriously, host more tournaments, cast every day. You never know. If you guys want to help me go full time with streaming and tournament organizing, you can support on Patreon. You can also support on Matcherino for the tournament itself, and that would be a massive, massive help. Thank you, of course, to all of my patrons so far. It's been really, really helpful to have that little bit of extra money coming in, and it really does feel good that people enjoy the content. And if you can't pay, that's fine. Just keep watching the STPL, tell your friends about it, follow us on social media, and let's help grow the foreign Brood War community and the global Brood War community as well. Now, Mighty did go for that expansion, doing a pretty good job mining from there. As you can see, it really isn't, I'm trying to think of the right word, it really isn't efficient, but it doesn't matter, it's still mining that Ugox doesn't have, so there we go. The minerals are actually really far down now on this base, by the way. if I remember rightly in Inner Coven, the one used in ASL, I don't think the minerals were up against the wall. So this is definitely a change. You've obviously got the droppable locations as well, which are going to be good for Dragoons and also good for Reavers. And also, if we go late game, it's going to be very, very good for High Templars to drop up there to Storm Drop. Robo is on the way for Mighty. Oh no, Citadel is on the way for Ugox. Now the one problem is, DTs are strong, yes, High Templar are strong, but you need a way to get them through the eggs. Like, could he go Storm Egg style? That would be really, really good. Xmog saying PvP is the worst matchup in Brood War, change his mind. Well, keep watching the STPL, and you'll find out it's not that bad. Robo Support Bay coming on here. Just want to see a big shout out as well, as a matter of fact. IRK's Age turned up. I know I'm not kind of talking about the game for a second, but Age is the clan leader of IRK, has done a fantastic job organizing his team and have really made them in to one of the best teams in the STPL. They're always exciting to watch, and he is a pleasure to be able to work with. So big shout outs, big round of applause for Age, who is amazing. He's also a really good streamer as well, so go follow his stream. Now Ugox is going to break through the eggs on this side. Now the eggs are a lot quicker to get through these days, but the trouble is when you're under this disruption web, you cannot attack. You're not going to be able to break down this egg. So I don't know how he's planning on getting these DTs through. Like, the Forge is coming up. It's going to be DTs, most certainly. 2 DTs are about to spawn. Oh, Probe gets in. Does he see? Oh, he sees the Templar Archives as well. He knows it's, he knows now, at the very least, that it's High Templar. Sorry, Dark Templar even. Robo is up. Reaver is going to be on the way soon. Wow, this actually double Robo. Apologies for missing this a little bit earlier, guys, but this means he's going to be able to get an Observer, and he's going to be able to go into, like, pretty much double Reaver production if he wants to. Now Forge coming up, going to be forced to get a couple of cannons. Okay, looks like the DTs are going to try and break through these stasis cells. Now, these are actually stacked, which is why when you're looking, I'm clicked on it, but only one of the DTs is doing damage to it. He somehow managed to click the one underneath. Now, this could be a strong build, but the issue is he's going to have to break through the stasis cell on his opponent's side of the map. And his opponent is going double Reaver, so this is going to be quite tough. There is a cannon in each mineral line for Ugox. He's going to expand behind this as well to go for a third base. Mighty getting ready to expand as well. Now, you can see already just how long it takes to break through these stacked stasis cells, but there are only 2 of them there, so he does break through. If he goes now, this could be a very good timing, but Mighty is going to scout this. He sees the DTs, he sees the Dragoons. And just watch what he does with his Reavers here. He's going to get full Scarabs on both. He's got shuttle speed. We saw that coming before. And he's most likely just going to sit his Reavers here, because the second that these stasis cells die... Oh my god, this is 4 DTs. But he can't kill the Observers. Does he have a Robo? No Robo yet, so no Robo coming in either. But if he can split these well enough, he actually has a good chance of doing a good amount of damage. But look, there's 2 Reavers here. He's going to have to split immediately. Oh my god, the Reavers are going to kill the DTs in like 2 Scarabs. Oh my god, taking so much damage. My goodness. Wait, did DTs really take 3 Scarabs to kill, or was that just... Oh no, they must have taken the splash damage. But here we go, looks like a Zealot and a Reaver drop going into the natural expansion here of Ugox. Some really nice carpet bombing there. Zealot's tanking a lot of the hits with the Shuttle. Shuttle not taking any damage at all. And actually going to block any units coming in to reinforce this. This is so, so good. So powerful. And Mighty really playing this map like a lot of players in the ASL didn't, which really annoyed me. Like, look at this. He can't get his units through. Oh, wait, what? This isn't tight? Well, forget what I just said. What on earth? I thought that blocked. Wow. I guess that doesn't block then. Wait, did he remove the doodads? No, he's got one there and he's got one there. I guess he needed more zealots. Yeah, he tried to block. But it was one thing missing from ASL. Like, a lot of people just weren't walling that off with zealots or probes or drones or whatever. And they just have like an entire army just walk into their base. And it's like, you didn't need to do this. Now this is going to be Polish recall style coming in here for Mighty. Triple shuttle. 4 Reavers. That is an insane number of Reavers, but he's going for one more. This man, he is mighty. And he's mighty fond of building shuttles and Reavers in this game. And it looks like he is going to try and drop here in the natural once again. Oh! One of the shuttles died, but it didn't have the Reavers in. Oh, one of the Reavers, I think, went down. But here we go. Nice cycling on these Reavers. The Dragoons going down immediately. The probes stuck in no man's land. Losing that shot was a big deal, but not a big enough deal. As more and more units are going to go down. There's a Dragoon blocking this in the middle. Oh my god, this High Templar. They're going to die to the Reaver. They're going to die to the Reaver. Oh my goodness. Triple kill. GG. All of the units from Ugox go down. And Ugox saying he didn't know the map. I think he may have subbed in at the last minute. So there we go. Mighty winning game number 4. And that is going to bring an end to our series. And an end to the STPL tonight. Which is good for my voice. Because my voice is slowly going. So we're safe. But either way. Nicely played by Mighty. Ugox unfortunately didn't know about the plate. And it kind of messed up his build. So it happens. You know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. That's going to give SouL their first win in STPL Season 3. That is going to be a 4-0 victory. And that is going to catapult them up to the very top of the rankings. Now, interestingly, that didn't work. So let's see what happened there. Oh no, it did. It did work. We're all good. It's updated all the ELO and everything as well. We had up to 130 people watching today. Thank you so much. Just before I close out the stream, I just want to say a massive thank you once again to Liquipedia, Esport Fund and Matrino, our sponsors, and of course, a big shout out to our patrons. I need to remake the patron sort of visuals and stuff. We've recently got another $25 patron in Dreamer, and Gosuviju went for $15 as well. So thank you to everyone who supports the STPL, and of course, thank you guys for watching, because without you guys watching, I wouldn't have the motivation to kind of do all this. So it means a lot. Have a very good evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you are, and I'll see you guys next time. You know what I didn't do? I didn't bring up the results. Here we go. Let's have a quick look at the results. 4-0 victory. Scan taking down Flymeo. Hero taking down Wapple. Bonith taking down Reyna. And Mighty taking down Ugox. Now, I'm just finding someone to raid, so don't go anywhere, guys. And I will send you to a good stream to watch. Who else is streaming at the moment? G5 is streaming. Dandy is streaming. I don't think Dandy uses a mic though, so G5 it is. He is doing his the Russian Cyber Games 2020 ladder climbing. Gonna try and qualify for that. Go watch G5, a great Protoss player from North America. Really good guy. And have a good day. See you Friday. Same time, same place. Twitch.tv/STPL.